everyone. My name is Vineetha Mendonca from the Department of Hospitality Science of Milagres College. Welcome to the session. Today I'm here to deal with a topic called as guest cycle. The name guest cycle itself determines what it is. Guest cycle nothing but the guest cycle is a complete experience that a guest goes through in a hotel from making the booking to departure. Nothing but if at all a person decided to get into a hotel, stay with the hotel in hospitality section. That means first we go under the reservation, then happens the registration, then you go into the hotel, then comes the arrival phase, and then stay in the hotel, and then you depart. So the guest cycle is nothing but the procedures or the steps that you follow from the time you decide to get into a hotel until the time you leave the hotel, even after you leave the hotel. That is called as post departure. So in guest cycle we have 4 stages. The 4 stages of guest cycle nothing but pre-arrival, arrival, occupancy or we call as stay, and then the departure. The pre-arrival stage. In the pre-arrival stage, I told you we first go into the research. Research nothing but first we decide which type of the hotel we want, which star category. Maybe it's 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 7-star, whatever. Or we would say which are the brands where we choose to be in the hotel, whichever the hotel. And then we decide which is the location. If at all we have come for tourism or we are a tourist, that means we make sure we go to a hotel which is near to the all tourist places. So nothing but we reserve. That means first we go into the research process, we see into the Google, or then we get into the different apps. Nowadays, the modern days, we have n number of apps where we can just book a room. We will get to know the rate of a room, which location it is, what are the different types of rooms available. All these will come into picture when we go into the procedure called as research. Then we reserve. Reservation is nothing but, now we went to the research, we decided that we are going to be in a hotel for 3 days or 4 days, for example. Now we are fixed with the hotel. Okay, then we have to decide the type of a room. Maybe I am coming with the family, so I would prefer a double room or maybe a quad room. Nothing but 4 single bed at a time in one room. That means we are 4 people. We want one single room for each, one single bed for each. So I choose to be staying in a quad room. Nothing but 4 single bed which is available in a quad room. Now I reserve. I have to call to the hotel, or I can get into the site, or I can get into these apps whichever available in the mobile phones these days. How we can get into the phone, just very easy method. There are apps like you can book your rooms through Oyo, Agoda, then Booking In. All these are the apps that we commonly see nowadays where we can book into a or get into a hotel booking a room. That is called as reservation. Nothing but we reserve, we fix the date, we tell them what type of the room we want and to what rate we are going to fix that room. Next I said guest folio. Now that you get into the hotel, you reserve the hotel. Once we complete the procedure of reservation, the hotel people will block a particular room for us. That means if at all I decide to stay in a hotel Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So these 3 days, hotel will block the room for me for 3 days. And nothing but they cannot take the reservation for the same room from another guest because I have already reserved. There might be a possibility where I have to pay some deposit amount or not. It depends upon the different hotels or their procedures or rules. Some hotel make sure we pay 50% of the room rent, or some hotel will be okay when we settle the bill at the end when we depart. So first we reserve, then the hotel people will block the room. Then arrangements, if at all I'm coming with the family, or maybe my father is coming from abroad, so I want them to welcome my father with a flower bouquet. So I tell them I have a special request. My father have to be giving a flower bouquet. That means special arrangements or special request. If I told these requests on to the hotel, this is the basic facilities I wanted in my room, they make sure that these will be provided in the room. These stages what happens in the pre-arrival. Next we have arrival. Now reservation is done, I have told them what it to be prepared. So everything is done. Now it's this time, it is the time where I come into the hotel, arrival. First thing what happens in the arrival is, obviously the hotel people will welcome us. They will take into the lobby, and then happens the registration. Registration nothing but I have to give them some proof saying that I've come from this country. I'm going to stay in the hotel for how many days, how many we are. Any other proof or your license, anything that shows that you belong to this country, or anything that shows your identity. Now I have completed the registration form. Then happens is room assigning. Now already at the time of reservation I have told them which type of the room I want and for what rate. Now that I have come into the hotel, these people give me the keys of the hotel, and they say, okay, if at all, for example, imagine my room is in the 4th floor. Okay, I have booked one room that is 401. So they give me the keys of 401, and then they explain me, okay, where is the lift, which direction I have to go to get into the lift, from there which floor, that is 4th floor, and which room number and key of that room number. So this takes into consideration the registration process, room assigning, and then key assigning. Nothing but the room whichever booked for me, they give the key so that I can go in and get into the room. Now luggage handling. Now that I have come with the family, obviously I will stay for 3 or 4 days. That means I have some luggage. And it is mandatory in the 5-star or 4-star or in any star hotels where we do not carry our luggage. There are people called as bell boys or bell captain or page boys. We call them as page boys. So these people will take care of the luggages. For example, if at all we have come from a vehicle, these bell boys make sure that they take the luggages from the car itself or from the vehicle. They get it into the lobby. So by that time, we are done with the procedure called as registration. Now I have to go to the 4th floor to my room. So these bell boys will come along with me with the luggages so that they will help me to carry out my luggages into the room. This is nothing but luggage handling from the vehicle to the lobby. In the lobby, we will finish those registration, room assigning, all this procedure. And from there, go into the room. So these bell boys carry the luggages to the room and they get our luggage inside the room and keep it. And it is a general thing that they get into the room and then they just tell the facilities available. Maybe they say that this is the room, there is a phone, numbers are available. If you need anything, please call the receptionist or please call this section. The restaurant number is this much. The bar is in the 4th floor. So these give me a normal facility, or if at all the Wi-Fi connection is there, maybe they give me a password saying that ma'am or sir, you can use a Wi-Fi connection and the password is so and so. Nothing but these bell boys make sure they facilitate or they tell me whatever the facilities available in the hotel for me. Now that we completed the stage of arrival, registration is done, the luggage is got into the lobby. Now I'm signing, I'm paying some amount if there I have to pay, or else I'll sign the registration. Then I go into the room, then bell boys make sure they carry the luggage and tell everything about the hotel. This is the stage called as arrival. The next stage is stay. Pre-arrival, arrival, third stage is stay. Nothing but I am going to stay. Now it is a time for me where I experience the service and the facilities and the anything that they give me from the hotel. For example, the food, the service, the hospitality, what they want to give me. How do they make me feel being in the hotel? Do they make me feel at home? Or do they, treat us very well? How do they gonna treat us very well? What are the facilities in the hotel? What and all the facilities I can use? Swimming pool, Wi-Fi, if there is gym, and if I want to go to the restaurant to have food, if I want to order the food to the room, all these are the facilities. So at the time of stay, the first point is handling guest account. Now that I have stayed, for example, I have come in the time of afternoon, I'm very hungry now. So I want to order a food. So I'm going to call the restaurant people and say that we are 4. They give me the menu. I decide whatever food we want and then we order. So I would say them, do not get the bill to me. Please add it in my account. That means at the time of registration, these hotel people will make sure they create a account for me in the name of myself with the room number saying that it is an account of this person. That means whatever the expense or whatever the things I'm using from the hotel which is chargeable will be directly charged in my account. I do not have to pay the cash now, or I do not have to pay the bill right now. I can tell them I will settle the bill at the time of departure. So please add it to my account. Okay. Then message coordination. For example, I have taken leave from my work. There is important message that they have sent me to my phone. Now I have come to the holiday, maybe my phone is switched off. So what these company will do, they make sure they contact the hotel people. So these hotel people make sure they receive the message on behalf of me, write down the message in a message register book, and then deliver me, or if at all any parcel or any mail or any draft or anything they have got behalf of me, make sure they keep it with them. They take the signature from the person who have got it, and then they make sure they deliver it to my or to my hand. So message coordination. There might be message, there might be mails, there might be any parcel, courier, anything it might be. Next is key handling. Now I told you how I'm in a holiday where I've come with my family. Now I want to go to any other place. Example, consider Mangalore itself. I have come from other place to Mangalore. So I want to visit the beaches. So I do not want to handle my keys in the beach. What if it get lost? So what I do, these keys, whatever of my rooms or any safety deposit locker if I opted for, these keys, I will make sure I'll give to the receptionist or front desk people and say that I'm going out. Please take care of my keys. I'll collect it once I come back. That means they will handle my keys, because I do not want to go out, lose my key and then pay fine, and I do not want to interrupt the hotels with their regularity also. So what I do, I give the keys to them so that they can handle this. This is nothing but key handling. Next is guest mail delivery. I already told you, if at all I'm not in the place, I have received some mails, hotel people or front desk people, receptionist, make sure they receive it on behalf of me and they give it to me later on. Guest paging. Guest paging nothing but, for example, I am in 4th floor. The hotel consisting of maybe 20 floor. I do not know which floor is the restaurant. I want to go to the washroom. I do not know where it is. No directions maybe. So I ask any staff of the hotel saying that please page me near the place. That means guest paging in the sense these will coordinate with you, direct with you to the place where you want to go. That is called as guest paging. Next, safe deposit logger. For example, I have some jewelry, my mother has few jewelry, and I've got some important documents with me. I do not want to lose it because I can keep in the hotel because I have the hotel room key. But still I want to be more sure that it is even more secured. So what I'm going to do? I am going to the people of the hotel and say that I need a safe deposit locker. Safe deposit locker nothing but any valuables or any documents which is very important to me, which I do not want to lose, any things it might be, personal things or anything. So I opt for safe deposit locker. It is nothing but they give a safe deposit locker. I only have the passcode or any keys. Only I can use it. Once I take back my things, I will give back it to the people of the hotel, maybe receptionist or front desk people. That is called safe deposit locker handling. Next, guest room change. There might be some days, some bad days where I am not really comfortable with the room I have opted for. For example, maybe this is too much sunny. Maybe the AC is not really working fine with me. Maybe this is near to the outside where I do not want to see the pollution or that is affecting me in some way. So I want to change my room. There might be any circumstances or any reasons that I want to change my room. So that is called changing the room procedure. There are different procedure if at all I want to change the room, because I have to ask the people if the room is available. I have to see if there are no people in the other room. I have to see the rate, if it is okay with my rate, or do I have to pay more. You know, all these criteria should be taken care when I want to change a room. Next, information about the hotel, information about the city and travel arrangement. I told you most of the people travel to different places. Why they come? They come to go to the different places. It's a tourism, right? Tourist activities. So the hotel people or the front office people, mostly the guest relation executive and I would say receptionist, these two people have to be very clear that they should have a thorough knowledge about the cities nearby, tourist places nearby, which place they can go within what time, how they can go, if they can arrange me a cab facility, or they can direct me, like if at all I take the cab from here, how long it takes, where I can go, any mall, so that we can go for a shopping because I've come with the family. So all these facilities, these hotel must know, so that whenever the guest asks anything, these people of front office, that is receptionist, guest relation executive, they must know what it is, where it is, how long it takes, how near it is, or whichever, other than your hotel, other than the restaurant available in the hotel, which are the famous restaurant. Or if I would say I have come to Mangalore, so I want to taste Mangalorean dish. So I would ask them which is a very famous seafood hotel where I can go. So these are the things that people of the hotel must be very familiar. The last stage is departure. Now that I have come, I have stayed, now I've stayed for 3 days, or imagine 4 days. Now it's the time that I have to leave the hotel, I have to depart. I have to get back to my ordinary life, I would say. So at the time of departure, the main fact or main thing is representation or presentation of the bill. Now I stayed for 4 days. Even my family was with me for 4 days. We have used a number of facilities. We have used gaming room, we have used gym, we have used the bar, we went to the restaurant, and we went to the massage center, everything. Now these bills will be put into my account, which is called guest folio. I told you in the beginning. At the time of registration, they create an account where whatever the expense I do will be put in this account. So now that they represent me the bill, now I have to make sure I settle the bill. Nothing but whatever the expense or whatever the facilities I have used, saying that I will pay for those. Right. Now, settlement of guest account. I told you. Now the bill is given. I have to settle it. It is my option. I can choose cash, credit, debit cards. Then I can give a check, or I can tell I need a scanner. Anything it might be. Now again the left luggage handling and key handling. Now I have to depart, I have to leave from the hotel. So I have to make sure whatever the keys or whatever the safe deposit key, my room key, or anything, any keys I have to get returned to them. Because now that it's time for me to leave the hotel. Again the guest luggage handling. I have luggage in my room. I'll call the bell boys. I give the keys to them, saying that my luggage in the room, please get it back to me. So these hotel people will call the bell boys. Bell boy will go into the room, get my luggage and put it in my vehicle. I have settled the bill. Now the luggage is also put it back in my vehicle. I have returned the keys also. Now it's a farewell. Farewell in the sense they thank me for choosing this hotel. Maybe they give me complimentary juice before I leave, or they make sure I have a cab facility from the hotel, or any facilities. Then sales or upselling. They make sure that I have to get back, or I have to come back to the hotel again. It is a fact that in the hospitality section or hospitality sector, we make sure the guest who leaves should come back. That means the service or the facility should be in a such a way that whoever comes into the hotel have to make sure they get back to the hotel, or they refer to the other friends also, so that the hotel income or the budget, we would say, will be increased. The revenue of the budget or revenue of the hotel will be increased. So here I again summarize the entire topic. Guest cycle, nothing but from the time a hotel, from the time a guest thinks that he wants to get into a hotel, until and unless he choose a hotel, he register himself, he reserve, he comes, he stays, depart, and from the time until the time he leaves the hotel. The entire phase is called as guest cycle. 4 stages: pre-arrival, arrival, stay, and departure. Thank you so much for this.